Hello and welcome to another replica reviews video. Now today I've decided to do a review on the Umarex HK P30 pellet pistol. Now I'm aware that I haven't really done any reviews on air pistols for a while, so I thought this would be a really good one to come back in on. Now for anybody that's interested in packaging, that kind of thing, it does come in a pretty standard Umarex box here, just with a little HK sticker on the top, which is good. I mean, it makes transport an awful lot easier. And you can also lock it as well. I don't know if you can see here, but there's a little loop there for a lock, as and when you're on your way to the range. Now, opening up, it's pretty standard really. You get the Umarex instruction manual, shows you everything from how to load the magazines, because there's two different types of magazine on this, which is a bit weird, and also just some general safety advice, and it's in virtually every language you could possibly imagine under the sun. So, very much suitable for anybody in Europe and a lot further. Moving that out of the way, you can see we've got the pistol itself, and I've also just put in one of the rotary magazines here just for sort of display purposes. It does come with one. I can't remember if it comes with two, so I'm not going to say it definitely comes with two, but it definitely came with one. So it does come, as you can see, in this egg foam kind of case. Now I try to keep mine out of these cases. I'm not a huge fan of them. I prefer the little zipped up pistol slips, to be completely honest. But that's a different video in its own right. So what we're going to do is just quickly move the packaging out of the way, zoom in a little bit on the gun, and we'll give you a full walk around review of this fine pistol. Now, as you can see, this is a really nice quality pistol. Now, the lower is a what they call a ballistics grade polymer, and the top portion, so all of the slide, this bit here, is metal. So pretty much exactly as you'd find on a real steel P30. Now, obviously being from Umarex, and with its HK ties, this is a fully licensed replica. Now what that means is you get all of your P30 markings on the bottom of the grip here, HK P30, again your Heckler Koch trademarks on the top, and then also just a few various different markings on this side as well. Well, I have to say, like with most air pistols on the market, the right hand side, which is always the side if you've got it in a holster that faces out, is always pretty bland. But it does say here that you've got your licensed trademarks for Heckler & Koch. And just a little bit here just saying, but it's made by Umarex in Germany. So what we'll do is I'll just quickly give you a quick crash course in the features of this pistol. Now it is full of various different gadgets as such. One of my favourite being the decocking lever. Now you can either fire this pistol double action. And what that does is it indexes your little rotary mag around as you're firing, or you can fire it single action. So you cock it back and then fire it like so. Now if you've cocked it back into single action, a really neat feature with this, if you don't want to discharge the weapon, or the gun shall I say, I know a lot of people dislike it when I call air pistols weapons, but if you want to decock the gun, simply push down on this button here and it resets the hammer back to its resting position without discharging the gun. So that's a really nice feature. It just means you can let the springs off without letting the shot off. So if you get to your end of your plates or whatever you're doing and you just want to sort of reset the hammer back down, you can. So that's a really nice feature. The safety is a really simple push safety. As you can see here, it's really easy to get on to fire. So you just push it across like so. And then on this side you can see the red. If you can see red, it's danger, and you can shoot. And then it's really easy just to put that back on safe. Just literally slide your thumb over the top of it and you're back on safe again. So really nice and easy. And that basically just makes the gun safe to a certain extent. Obviously I know a lot of people say that you have to fully unload to make it perfectly safe, but that's again a different story. Moving forward, the slide release catch, as I'm sure you'd imagine from a pellet pistol, just opens the breech, and you can basically put one of their little rotary magazines, teeth back, inside, and then you're good to go. Now this gun has a quite a little hidden thing. Now the adapter is in my locker at the moment, I can't show you, but rather than putting a rotary magazine in, there's like a little black adapter that you place inside here, close it up, and then releasing the magazine, you can also fire BBs from this pistol, and that's a really neat feature. There's a little push button here, push that across, and you can then load BBs, or push it up, and then lock it in place, and it will fire the pellets, which I really like. Now, I'll be honest with you, I haven't fired any BBs through this pistol. For me, obviously having a rifled barrel, I've tended to stick with pellets really, and for shooting plates, we shoot metal plates at the club. It's a lot safer and also within club rules to actually use pellets. So it's not something I've used, but it's something I know is around. Now, as you can see also from the magazine, this is where your CO2 goes. Very similar to other Umarex guns, you simply untwist the bottom here, tighten up the brass cap, and then twist it round, and then that breaks the seal in the top of the cartridge, and basically gases your gun up really, ready to rumble. And then that simply goes back in like so. And obviously, because it uses this twist base, you don't have any messy tabs on the bottom or any sort of Allen keys showing that it's an air pistol. So for those of you that are into your real sort of look of things, the only thing you're going to have to open up, sort of worry about is the open and power markings on the bottom. But again, you can't really notice it. Now, a really neat feature, and I'm a little bit sad like this, similar to what you get on the Glocks, they put a little metal plate in the bottom here underneath the little 20mm rail with a, I'm going to say unique, I'm not sure if it is unique, but it's a little serial number. Now that just adds a little bit more character to me, and it breaks up the bottom of the gun, but it's a cracking looking gun, so it doesn't really need breaking up. And then you've just got your warning, you know, don't shoot yourself in the face markings on the bottom. Now, I'll be completely honest with you, I'm a little bit of a sucker for this pistol. This is very much my go-to pistol. Every time we go to the range, you know, this one won't be too far behind me. Every time I'm in the garden shooting cans, this is probably in my hands. Now, I have quite a large collection, as I'm sure you've seen on the page, but this one is the one that I always seem to come back to. So, to give you some idea of how much I rate this gun, obviously this is my go-to pistol. You know, you can take that whatever way you want, but, you know, it's just one that I really, really enjoy using. Now, obviously, it's not going to be to everybody's tastes. However, if you do get the chance to use one, I recommend doing so. The grip is by far one of the most comfortable grips I've used outside of the Walther. As I'm sure you've seen in a previous video or video upcoming, I do rate the CP99 P99 replicas really highly, just due to the comfort. But for ease of use, accuracy, and just general shootability, this is by far one of the nicest pistols that Umarex have made for a very long time. Release the magazine, as simple as that. Load it, you know, safety, just push it across to fire. I want to decock it, you know, everything is just within grip. You don't have to start reaching around looking for various other pieces. You know, you don't have to adjust your grip while you're shooting. You can just draw it out of a holster really, really quickly and shoot it really accurately. Now, what I will try to do is I'll do a follow-up video, basically just going through all of the sort of the accuracy, the shooting side of things. We'll get it up the farm and we'll give it a proper thorough field test. Now, obviously, a lot of people wonder, you know, why can't I hit things at 30 yards with a pistol? Even with the real 9mm pistols and, you know, other calibers, anything outside of 10 yards, you're kind of waving in the wind, really, in a lot of situations. So with these pistols, we'll probably try doing groupings at about 8 yards. I think that's probably a sensible range. And what we'll do is we'll just do a full field test. But unfortunately, I have to wait for the weather to sort itself out so that we can get out and do that. So just keep an eye on the page. That will be an upcoming video, and I'll post up on our Facebook page as and when it's coming out. So what I'll do is I'll quickly pause the video, move it in for a closer look on the pistol, and we'll give you my conclusion. Okay, so as I'm sure you've guessed, I really rate this pistol. Now, as I mentioned previously, you know, this is my go-to gun. Out of all the guns that I've got in our collection, this is always the one that I seem to come back on. Build-wise, quality, it's absolutely superb. There's not a single creak where there shouldn't be. It's incredibly comfortable to hold, and it's also really well balanced, so it just makes it really, really shootable. And I absolutely love it. Now, I know obviously stylings aren't going to be for everybody, and there are a few gadgets on there. I know some people like to keep it simple, stupid. However, for me, safety-wise, you know, just accuracy to the real thing, etc. This is by far one of the best pellet pistols that Umarex have ever made. Now, that's in my opinion. Obviously, I know people are going to be out there going, oh my god, the CP88. Yeah, I mean, that is another amazing gun. I love shooting it. But for me, I don't know why it is. This is always the one that I come back to. So that's why I rate it so highly. Now, as I mentioned, obviously you've got all your features. You've got your safety catch, your single and double action trigger. You can fire pellets, BBs. You know, I'm sure you can fire anything other, you know, that you can come across out the barrel. And also, you know, the decocker as well. It's just full of really nice features, little gadgets. And I know that isn't for everybody, but for me that really kind of appeals. The licensing, obviously being fully trademarked as well, just adds to the realism. It's just one of those guns that I think Umarex really got right, and you know, it did a cracking job on. I just wish there was more of these kind of pistols. Umarex, if you're watching, I would love to see a pellets USP come out, or something similar. You know, there's not many HK guns on the market, obviously, with people with licensed trademarks and stuff. Well, you know, there's a lot of replicas around, but there's not enough licensed pellet replicas around. So, you know, with Sig Sauer introducing their new range of pellet pistols, it'd be really good to see Umarex kind of coming back with something new, something different, and hopefully something that's on par with the P30. Now, as I said earlier on in the video, I am going to try and get a shooting video done just as soon as the weather clears up and I can get up the farm, and also try and get some CO2. I'm pretty certain I'm out on that at the moment, but that's not anybody's problem but mine. So I will get a full sort of a field test, get a couple of clips of this shooting, a couple of targets, and you know, we'll just have a bit of fun. We'll take some cans up and just, you know, blast the hell out of the countryside. But that, as I say, will be a separate video. Now, what I will do is I'll post information on when that's coming out up on the Facebook page. If you're on our Facebook page, you know, you'll also see all the competitions we've got going on at the moment. For anybody that's not, as I've just said there, we're running competitions at the moment courtesy of the guys over at Solware. They're basically supplying us with some freebies. I think at the moment, I'm about to announce it this afternoon, so if you're watching this, it's just gone live. We are going to be giving away basically a little pellet holder and also a tin of pellets in your choice of either 177 or 22. But check out our Facebook page for more information on that. And also pictures of this one here, the P30. We've got a few pictures of that on there. And I'll put, you know, just loads of other stuff up there. And we've got a great community starting to grow. People sending in different things and different pictures and, you know, bits and pieces on their collections. So I'm trying to build that up as a bit more of a community, get more people involved. I don't think there's enough people involved in shooting. But anyway, I could rant on about that all day long. All that's really left to say is thank you very much for watching another one of our videos. If you've got any questions, comments, or you just got something that you want to say, feel free to post in the comments box below. Or if you just want to give us a message, you can also give us a message as well on the private messenger if you don't want people to see your comments. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on our next review.